Well, X and Y time, folks. Kalos. Either most people like Kalos, most people hate Kalos, or you get the idea. Most people I know personally, I'm not joking, it's a true statement. If you were to ask a few other people I know personally, that being Super Mudkip95 and FaZe Doom Guy, I actually know them in person. They have YouTube channels, and if you were to ask them, which is true, they actually know some people that actually either like Misty and hate Serena, or hate Misty and like Serena. For me, I find both characters overrated a bit, which is why Dawn is my favorite of the bunch. I don't care if you Misty fanboys or Serena fanboys are going to attack me. That's your opinion. But I would pay money to see Serena and Misty fight over who deserves Ash Ketchum. I mean, how many people would want to see that? Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you would. But then there are those other shippers that would like, can the others get involved too? Sure. But I won't talk about that in this video. I'll make a separate video on the idea. So stay tuned for that. But I do want to talk about these three X and Y films. First up we have is Diancie, the Cocoon of Destruction. This is the one film that had Serena's better look. And if you've watched episode 60 of X and Y, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But in Diancie, the Cocoon of Destruction involves a legendary Pokemon, Diancie, wanting to make diamonds, and unfortunately the ones you've been making so far, they shatter, and they aren't that durable. Luckily, later in the film, she was able to achieve her goal. And here's where things get ugly. There are several people who actually want to kidnap Diancie and make her a slave to make diamonds for themselves. Trust me, there's more than one antagonist. There's like 3 or 4 of them. And they all want Diancie. Unfortunately, things get pretty ugly, and the main characters are like, leave Diancie alone. They're like, oh no, no, no. I want Diancie, even if I have to battle you for her. That makes any sense for anyone. The one scene I really liked from Diancie Cocoon of Destruction is, well, there are some more shipping hints in that film, but Poke shippers and other shippers are like, that's not a hint. That's nothing compared to Ash has been with this particular character. I've seen that in a lot of videos. But aside from that, what I really liked was the shopping scene. Unfortunately, in the English dub, there was one particular scene edited out which should have been kept. I'm shaking my fist at the people who did the English dub TCPI. They should have left that scene in. It was where they were in swimsuits and stuff. Well, at least Serena and Bonnie were. But what do I know? Other than that, do I recommend Diancie, the Cocoon of Destruction? Yeah. Oh, and I'm probably going to get a lot of hate mail for saying this, but I actually prefer the X and Y theme song compared to the original Indigo League theme. I don't care if you people get angry at me, but that's my opinion. But the original one is also good. It's just that I prefer X and Y slightly a bit more. Next we have is Hoopa and the Clash of Ages. Of the 3, this is probably my least favorite, mainly because I don't know which one is my least favorite, but Diancie and Cocoon of Destruction is my favorite of the 3. And it's not because of Serena's hair length, even though I've stated this many times in the past, I prefer Serena with long hair. There, I said it. I've said this many times in the past, but I still rest my case. And I don't care if you people actually prefer her with short hair. That's your opinion, and this is my opinion. But other than that, yeah, this film and the other one that I'll show in a moment have her with her short hair and newer look. To be fair, the newer outfit suits the short hair more than the short hair and older outfit. So if anything positive came out of that, that's like trying to mix oil and water. That doesn't work. So that's one thing I can say positive. I'll probably talk about another video on things I prefer from her older look and things I prefer from her newer look, so stay tuned for that. In Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, basically they go to this resort somewhere, and they meet Hoopa, and things get out of hand when they've... Unfortunately, Hoopa's true powers wants to take control of his so-called puny powers. I'm not the best at describing, but he doesn't want to be controlled by that thing, so when the bottle breaks, unfortunately, the real powers gets out of whack and then starts making chaos happen. So they have to recreate the bottle that Team Rocket broke. Also, whoever touches the bottle gets possessed. That was actually the second time you've actually seen Ash Ketchum get possessed by the bottle. If you remember Battle Frontier, in the Battle Pyramids episode, it was Brandon's fault for causing that. He ended up yelling at him, and yeah, if you remember the episode, it was your fault, Brandon. I don't care if you claim it was Ash's fault. You're to blame for that as well. So, Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, it's a mediocre film. I still recommend watching Diancie, the Cocoon of Destruction of the three. Last but not least, we have is Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. Here's where things get interesting. In the U.S., this did not air on Cartoon Network because Cartoon Network only cares about Teen Titans Go and a few other stuff, but they like to put Teen Titans Go on their schedule the most, which is, I think, they need to yank off their schedule immediately. I'm sorry, I hate Teen Titans Go. I will never like it, never will. I'll stick to the original, thank you very much. So this film aired on Disney XD instead. That was a hint to say Pokemon's moving to Disney XD. So I think Disney XD is a better home for it than Cartoon Network, since when they were airing X, Y, and Z, they never aired the rerun episodes from Monday through Friday. They just decided to scrap them and air what in their place? Teen Titans Go and a few other shows. Look, unfortunately Disney XD is doing the same exact thing. They're not airing rerun episodes weekdays. I think they should to improve their schedule. But what do I know? I also think Disney Channel should air the older series, or Disney Junior. Someone out there needs to air the older series. I mean, Black and White hasn't been given much love, and neither has Diamond and Pearl. It's always been Kanto Toho that's been given all the attention. At least when Boomerang had the rights to air older seasons of Pokemon. Now, of course, most people are going to say, dude, can't you just watch it on like Netflix, Hulu, those kind of places? I'm sorry, but like I stated in that video, those aren't good answers. But anyway, back on topic. In Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel, after watching that film, I kind of cried a bit. It was actually kind of sad at some point. You will cry if you watch Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel. At least when the antagonist tries to destroy Magirna. It's that sad. Take my word for it. The ending is so beautiful. I love the music, Soul Heart. I will put that song in the description of the video. You will cry if you listen to it. Because this was also when we had to say goodbye to Serena, Clement, and Bonnie. Of course, a lot of Amore shippers were crying and screaming, no, no! And of course, Poke shippers and other shippers were laughing evil-like. Similar to that one video I posted when I did a DVD unboxing of this, so... Aside from that, yeah. That's all I have to say for this video. This is actually a decent film. Of the three, this one's slightly better than Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, but I still prefer Diancie, the Cocoon of Destruction. But I love the music at the end for Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel, if anything. That's how to make ending music, my friends. So, anyway, of these three X and Y films... tell me, which one do you prefer the most between Diancie, the Cocoon of Destruction, Hoopa and the Clash of Ages, and Volcanion and the Mechanical Marvel? And no, unfortunately, there are no Sun and Moon movies. So if you're expecting an adventure movie featuring the Alola gang, you're SOL, I'm afraid. So, but there are two other films, and I'm not going to talk about them until the 22nd film comes out, which is basically a recreation of the first movie. I hope the 23rd film is not a recreation of Pokemon the movie 2000. Not that I don't like the idea, but I want to see a true sequel to the 21st film, which, by the way, is one of my all-time favorites. So, thanks for watching.